Hello, folks. Kyle here. Dark 30 Outdoors. I thought I got my ticker going across there. Ah, there it goes. All right. We got Daddy Duck is in the house. Welcome in, welcome in. How you doing, Matt? I was about a minute late there. I was working on that ticker, trying to get that going. I tried to space those out, and it didn't. It took the spaces right out of there. Maybe the next time I'll use dash marks to spread those out a little bit. After 5 Outdoors, Cody, welcome in, welcome in. Thanks for stopping in. If all you got's a few minutes, we got FCP Fishing in the house. Welcome in, welcome in. It's Wednesday night. Hope you guys are doing well. Oh, what is on the agenda tonight? The thumbnail says we're going to talk about catch, clean, and cook videos. We'll get around to that. Just a couple of administrative things to touch on. Yes, I did finally get a deer. Jesus. And I did get it. That's my first deer on video, and the footage is not sharp and clean, but it is what it is. That was when I could have taken one earlier. It's kind of funny. CJ suggested to me that I could use a different approach. My approach was going to be selective early, and then toward the end, kind of take whatever I could get. We got Railroader Outdoors and more in the house. And that's the approach that I used. But CJ, he suggested that I could just go ahead and take a doe or the first opportunity at a nice mature deer, doe, or buck, whatever, and then be more selective. I probably should have went with his approach. I think I'd have had a little bit better, cleaner footage, because the first night I had the doe parade came through an hour and a half before dark. There was 2 or 3 that were pushing 2.5 years old that I could have popped, and it would have been in great light and all that good stuff. But as it were, I played it the way I played it, hoping I'd see a mature buck. He did have some dandies on camera. I'm going to let a little cat out of the bag. Ohio's gun season opened Monday, and yesterday evening, he got one of the nicer ones he had on trail camera. So 2 thumbs up to CJ up at Chick Happens Homestead. He got himself a nice mature buck, big 9-point. I call it forkhorn. Kind of a funny name to give a mature buck, because we usually refer to as forkhorns as little 4 points because they got little forks, but he has a big fork. It's like off of his G2. We got Anti-Ajax is in the house. Welcome in, welcome in. Oh, okay, yeah, you're trying to get your shotgun autographed, huh? Yeah, I'm doing great, man. Let's see. So I'll also add in this, when I got to CJ's place, I knew that I'd be going out and doing a morning hunt, coming back for lunch, going out and doing an afternoon or evening sit. I knew there'd be multiple trips afield, if you will. So I told him, I said, hey, I'd really like to come out of this weekend with at least 2 or 3 videos. Maybe we could do, a skit, a funny sketch or something like that. And he says, that's no problem. We'll knock out 3 or 4 if we really put in the time. And we did. We put in some time, and I got to give a big shout out to CJ because he did more than invite me to his place and allow me to hunt his beautiful farm. It's set up really, really nice with really nice, cushy. I shouldn't say cushy, but they're really nice, well appointed, well positioned ground blinds. That was a comfort I'd never been afforded. I'd hunted private land before. I'd even hunted out of a box blind before. I think, well, maybe one time. But to be able to do that, not that we hunted in the rain, but it took the wind off. If it was cold, I never felt cold. It was just super, super nice to be able to hunt there. Kind of a luxury. But more than that, he shared his insights. He shared his tips. He shared his knowledge on filming and putting videos together and piecing them together. And I feel like he kind of helped me take my B-roll level to my B-roll game to the next level. He's when I look at that series that I put together for the Northwest Ohio deer hunting, I definitely improved my game tremendously. The preview has a lot of good editing in it. The Schickster video has some good editing in it, and the first hunt, and then even the one with the buck, because I did the shot from outside the blind where you see me pointing the crossbow. I'm pretty proud of it. It hasn't performed all that well, but I kind of sort of suspected that it wouldn't do all that great. The overwhelming majority of my volume comes from search. Last fall, I did a series on hunting public land in Ohio, and that got a ton of volume, and the overwhelming majority of that came out of search. So Hayden's Woods, welcome in. It's good to have you. So I knew there wouldn't be a ton of people searching for deer hunting in Northwest Ohio, but that's all right. I think a lot of my loyal supporters really enjoyed that. What's the length on that saugeye behind you? No, that's actually a walleye. That's a 32-inch walleye that was approximately 13 pounds. Hey, thanks, Railroader. So, I was really, really proud of that video series. I feel like I took my B-roll game to another level. And then, of course, I dropped the ball. And I'll say this. It's a little bit different when you have someone else there when you're filming. You can bounce ideas off each other. Sometimes they can help with some of that camera photography stuff. He actually did share clips that he shot in the field and allowed me to use those. He sent me home with his SD card. So, which that reminds me, I need to mail that back up there to him. So it's tremendous having someone else there, especially somebody that's, that is a YouTuber, someone that's got a knack or some sense of what you're trying to accomplish when you're doing an outdoors video. We got Mark J. Larson Outdoors is in the house. Flava Flav, welcome in. That's definitely my biggest walleye ever. I've got a couple in the 10-pound range, but that's the biggest walleye, and that was Lake Erie. My biggest saugeye is not very big. I want to say it's 24 inches. I mean, that's a nice saw guy. It wasn't something I considered mounting. I think it would have to get to 26 or bigger before I would even consider it. And I'd really like to hit that 28-inch mark. I think I've had one saw guy on that was 26 or bigger. And that was at Delaware Lake back when they were stocking it regularly. It was the only fish I caught that day. I got it to the bank, and I didn't have a net, and I tried to just cradle it with my hand and arm, and it swam right out. As I got it, as I cradled it, the jig came flying out, and it kicked its tail, and it was gone. So that was that. That was my biggest saw guy ever. Gosh, Jesus, that was probably 20 years ago. Maybe 25 years ago. I'll be honest, that was probably 25 years ago. I haven't, and my 24-incher was way back when too. I used to get a bunch of really nice saw guys in the Olentangy River, and that has not, and that was big time fall fishing. 23, okay. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. We used to get them in the Olentangy with regularity in the fall, and that bite it went away. They changed the dynamics of the river. They took out a low head, and the city of Delaware, which I think was a staging area. It created.
I just woke up because she was sitting on the wood.
Oh. All right, minor interruption. Hey, Emmy, can you lay down? Can you lay down and chill out here? Chill out here with Daddy. Sit. Be cool. So, what was I talking about? Saw guy. Yeah, we used to get them really good in the Olentangy. I just now started getting back into the fall fishing for them. And I've been putting more of my focus on Alum Creek Lake. I probably should be putting some focus on Buckeye Lake because it's not very far. It's only about 25, 30 minutes from my house. And I know that they do real well at Buckeye Lake too. So hang on just a second here. I'm going to put her out real quick. Kids, dogs, what are you going to do? So, yeah, we got Raven, Cat, Homestead, Cecilia in the house. Good to see you, Cecilia. John from Small Water Charters is in the house. Welcome in. Long-haired leaping gnome. Well, I don't even know what that's about. Oh man. So I'll use that saw guy talk to transition into catch, clean, and cook videos. Now I did recently have some success fishing for saw guy, and I kept a few, and I went ahead and cooked them up and had a fresh fish dinner, and I didn't think about it until after the fact. I was like, well, maybe I should have filmed that because I have never done a catch, clean, and cook video. And I know a lot of the guys in my community have, and some of them talk about them like that's a popular thing. That's something they really like to do. So what about you guys? It is. I know John likes to catch them bass and cook them up. I know Matt, to be serious, Matt likes to keep a few and cook them for dinner. But have you ever done a catch, clean, cook video? Have you guys done those? I've never done one. I've considered it. Like I said, I kind of thought of it after the fact, after I caught some sog at Elm Creek the other day. Yeah, you guys are targeting crappies. I saw you guys had caught a few the other day. I know you'll keep some crappies for sure. Yeah, just the catch part. And I'll be honest. Oh wow. Yeah, crappies are some of my favorite eating fish too. I'll be honest. I'd say probably 90% of my fishing is catch and release. Occasionally, I'll keep crappies. Occasionally, I keep walleye or sawguy. It's kind of the same type of fish. A sawguy is just a hybrid of a walleye and a sauger, and sauger is in the walleye family. They're super similar. They hybridize them because they each favor different habitats, or they excel or do better in different habitats. Walleye just didn't do very well in our inland reservoirs when the state stocked them. So they bred it with the sauger, which lives predominantly prolifically in the Ohio River. So in those turbid waters, sauger do great. So they figured hybridizing them, they would dump those in our reservoirs and they do well. And they've been correct. The sawguy stocking program in Ohio has been a tremendous success, especially as a put and take fishery. Eating clean and supersized. Oh boy. Mark J. Larson says he did a catch and cook with a coyote last year. Wow. I've never eaten coyote. I don't know if I would want to. 100% of his Matt's fishing is catch and keep. That's the whole point for Matt. I'll keep a few. I am generally, when I do keep fish, I want to eat it fresh. I'm either going to clean it and eat it that day, or I'll clean it and stick it in the fridge and cook it the next day. I think it'll keep in the fridge for a day or two. So if I can just do, and I don't need a lot. If I've got my kiddos, maybe 3 or 4 fish, 5 fish. If it's just me, I might only keep 2 fish. I don't need a whole limit of sawguy. six. I'm not going to eat six of them by myself to eat them fresh. So then the next thing to do then would be to freeze them. And I'm not a big fan of filleting a bunch of fish and vacuum packing them and throwing them in the freezer or Ziploc bags filled with water and thawing them for an hour, hours on end when you want to cook them. It's just not really my deal. Tina Ladybug is in the house. Welcome in. Welcome in. Yeah, Hayden Woods. I do like bluegill. I've had bluegill before. If you can get them, in that 8-inch range and up, 9, 10 inches. Those are really good fillets. And I'm telling you what, on an ultralight setup, boy, 9 and 10-inch bluegills they're a blast to catch. They really, really are. I don't have access to bluegills like that. I used to when I was much, much younger, probably some 30 years ago. Well, yeah, probably some 30 years ago, I had access to that. But bluegills and crappie are fantastic. Yellow perch are another really fantastic eating fish. Walleye or sauger is really, really good eating fish. After that, I don't know. I'll admit bass is not bad. I'd rather not eat them. If I was eating bass, I would do it in a situation like Daddy Duck has, where it's a pond that if you don't harvest them, it's going to get overpopulation and stunt their growth. So that's an ideal situation where you'd want to harvest a few bass. Yeah, absolutely. They are fantastic. So something that's really nice about perch and walleye is that they tend to freeze fairly well. Something about the texture of those fish, they hold up when you freeze them and then thaw them and go to cook them. Some fish don't freeze very well, if you ask me. Crappie doesn't typically freeze very well. I don't think bass freezes very well. I can't remember with bluegill. It's been so long. Sweet. Hey, Asleep at the Reel. Crappie fishing is in the house. Welcome in. Welcome in. Look at me not being able to keep up with it. Only 8 people in here. I should be able to keep up. John got blocked. Yeah, Ziploc bag with water for sure. Hey, we got Heath is in the house. Frontier Survival. Welcome in. I hope you're doing well. We're talking catch, clean, and cook videos. Have you ever done one of those? Do you have a favorite recipe you'd maybe want to make a video on that? I don't know. I've never done one, but I might have to kick one out here this winter. Or if I know I could get into some good eating fish in the spring if I don't this winter yet. But we got Cranking and Yanking is in the house. Welcome in. I hope you're doing well. Yeah, I know a lot of other channels have talked about it, and some of them do them. Just as a few examples, Bucktails Outdoors has done a few catch, clean, and cooks. Who else? I believe Randy over at Father and Sons Fishing has done catch, clean, and cook. And then, hey, we got Outdoors with Big Matt is in the house. Welcome in, welcome in. It's good to have you. Pre-bread them, then freeze. Heat up, freeze, pop them in. Oh, you prepare them and then freeze them. I've never done that. I always freeze them in water and then thaw them, and then I treat them. Sriracha sauce. I've never even heard of that. What in the world is sriracha sauce? I know what Louisiana hot sauce is. All right, stand by. I'm going to let Crazy in here real quick. What are you doing? What you doing? Come in. Come on. Come on. Emmy girl. Emmy. You want a treat? Oh, you in there? Okay, you're in there. No. You stay in there. Go bug Ava. Go bug Ava. All right, I'm back. I got the dog in. She's out there barking at the neighbors. Hey, now that's a great idea. Chat jumped on me here. He says he would do it over a campfire. That would be really, really cool video where you're out kind of, especially if you're in like a wilderness area or a primitive camp. You're not like, in the state park with electric hookup and a 5-star camper, but you're camping on the bank of a river or something like that. That would be the way to do a catch, clean, cook for sure. I don't know what purple hull peas are either. We got the reef robbers in the house. Welcome in, welcome in. Sriracha. Either way. Oh, really? It's that good, huh? Some good stuff. I might have to check out this Sriracha sauce. I feel like I'm missing out. What about the reef robber? Have you done a catch, clean, cook video? Do you like those kind of videos? I haven't done one, but I'm kicking it around. I might have to do one. I really like Heath's idea of doing it over a campfire. Man, that would be really, really cool. Yeah, yee. Oh, did he do a bass one? Okay. I have to get over and check it out. I haven't watched enough of his stuff. You smelled them treats, didn't you? What's wrong with me? Nutria. Now crabs, yeah, that would be cool. And the line cook, I've watched a few of his. He's got some good ones. Oh, really? His is exclusively catch, clean, and cook? Okay. Cool. That's cool. You're back for more. Why don't you come up here on the camera? Let the fine folks see you. What's up here? What's up here? What's up here? Let these fine folks see the poppers. Are you crazy? Are you crazy? Are you my crazy poppers? You crazy popper? I think you went the wrong way, goofball. So yeah, I actually we got Daddy Duck is back. I've been on a deer hunting tear here for my videos each week. Thanks, John. Yeah, I kind of upped my B-roll game, and CJ helped me put a couple sketches together that were kind of funny. So we enjoyed that. That was a lot of fun. That weekend, that was just a lot of fun when you can get with another guy and really get creative. And also we're enjoying the outdoors. You know, we were deer hunting. It wasn't just videoing. So it was a ton of fun. And now I got a video. I do have a fishing video coming up, and it's Lake Erie walleye fishing, fall fishing, walleyes, think trophies. Set your expectations really, really low for the fishing and for the videography. I mean, I kind of had a really lackluster approach. I got out there and I thought that the bite would turn on. We both did. So I was in a bit of a passive videography mode where I was like, well, when the bite picks up, I'll get the cameras going. What I didn't realize was the slow bite that we had early, that was the bite. It didn't really get better. So I got the cameras going eventually, and I think I have enough footage to scratch out a video, but it's not what I was hoping for. I was really hoping for, trophy Lake Erie walleye, even if we just got like an 8 or 10 pounder or two, But no, we didn't really strike it rich with the trophy walleyes. We did each land a Fish Ohio caliber white bass. So I mean that was kind of a consolation prize, I guess. So that that was something. But it's nice that my channel is going to have a fishing video again. And then I got a couple more deer hunting videos to roll out. And then I don't know, that's going to get me through most of December. But as we roll into the heart of the winter, I'm probably going to be pitching out some product reviews. I don't really ice fish. I might tempt it once or twice. I don't know. We'll see. we'll see if I'm feeling adventurous. Yeah, Matt, if you've got a charger, if yours will take an external charger, one of mine does and one of mine doesn't. And I did buy some extra batteries because even with the charger, I found out when I was fishing all day, even when I put it on the charger, it would only last about 6 hours, 6.5 hours. The charger doesn't, when it's in use, the charger doesn't actually charge the camera, the battery. It just slows the discharge tremendously so that it makes the battery last about 5 times as long, which is pretty good. That charger, it was on Amazon for about $30. So John's a character, man. I love to go fishing with him, man. You'd have a ball all day long, even if the fish weren't biting. I'm gonna punch you in the face. You must smell that there's one more up here, don't you? Are you being a good poppers? This is the last one. See, it's the last one. So yeah, it's let's see here. Go this way. Oh, all right, you can still get it. So yeah, I've got at least one fishing video in the pipe. I've got into some saw guys, but the challenge of that is I've been catching them after dark, and that's just not very conducive to filming at all. And what I've learned is that your bite is going to be better if you leave it dark. If you take a lantern out there or you take a headlamp and you're shining lights all over the place, you're not going to get them. If you keep it dark and fish in the dark, you'll catch them. So how are you going to film in pitch black dark? So if I can get a day where it's real heavy overcast, but maybe not raining too bad, I would, and I can catch a few. I'll film for that. I'm hopeful, but I don't know. You just don't know what the weather's going to give us. I'm in Central Ohio, right about 25, 30 minutes out of downtown Columbus, Ohio. I'm kind of a suburb of Columbus, just north of Columbus. What's said in the boat stays in the boat. Yeah, I think I might try to get over there on my next kid-free weekend, which is I got my kiddos this weekend, so we're looking at, is it the 10th, December 10th, something like that. And as it were, I have my kids this weekend, which is the end of gun week, so it's a weekend and I can't hunt. And then in Ohio, we have a weekend where there's no deer hunting, and then they bring it back for what they call the bonus weekend. And oh, by the way, I have my kids that weekend too. So no weekend gun hunting for me, but that's fine. That's fine. I don't know. I've maybe hunted enough. Okay, yeah, Lima up north for sure. I'm familiar with that. Absolutely. I think I remember I was in your live stream and you mentioned that. But you're way out west now. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Not in the morning. I could do a Friday early afternoon if I could maybe weasel an hour off of work or whatever. Speaking of weaseling, I might have to adjust my schedule tomorrow because I think I got to take my kiddo to school. This time of year, I don't know if mornings are the best bite. That's when it's the coldest. I would think that you want that late afternoon warm up, maybe. I don't know. I don't fish for crappies in December very often. Cranking and Yanking, he's talking about Delaware State Park Lake. It's in Ohio, just north of Columbus. Yeah, right before dark. I think that's cold water fishing. I think that's kind of the deal with crappies. The sawguy bite that I got into the other day, it was actually twice that I went. The one time I missed a couple. The other time I caught two and I lost two. But that was after sunset. Right after sunset, they bit for about 40 minutes and then they just shut off. And I haven't figured out the stick bite thing yet. I'm learning. I'm pretty sure I was too fast with it. LSU. I think they got a new coach, didn't they? Who was the Notre Dame coach? I think he went down there. Yeah, Troy's dedicated the last 30 years of his life to sawguy fishing. So, yeah, he's very knowledgeable. He also has a lot of friends in the Central Ohio area that he's made over the years that they help him and he helps them. He's got a nice little network. He won't make the drive down creek if they're not biting. He gets the tip from one of his buddies that lives close to it and says, yeah, come on over. They're hitting. But I think he lives closer to Indian Lake. And I think he'll hit all, he knows all the spots at Indian Lake. He knows Indian Lake like the back of his hand. And he probably shares information with those guys. So when Alum Creek isn't really hot, they run over there. The shallow water thing, I don't know. I wonder if he gets them at Moundwood, way up the creek. He had a post last fall, late fall. And I could swear he was fishing up in that creek that flows in to Moundwood. He's not fishing in Moundwood. He's fishing way upstream. I think. I don't know. he's like I said, knows that lake like the back of his hand. He can fish 20 different spots. Me, I know like 3 spots. You know, there's Moundwood and there's the dam, and then there's the Bass Pro. That shit over there. That's about all I know. But I just don't, you know, was it an hour and a half drive for me when I went over there last year? And I was just like, this just isn't worth it. This just isn't worth it for me. So, Allen Creek's closer. Buckeye Lake's only 25, 30 minutes. I should probably fishing more. I should probably be fishing more of that to try to figure that out. But I just haven't. Are you being a good pop? Are you being a good pop? I don't know, are you? Ice fishing, I've done it, and it's not my favorite thing. And I'll tell you why. It could be the coldest part of winter. It could be negative 10 degrees out. You could drill through 20 inches of ice. I'm in Ohio. That would be a lot for Ohio. We don't usually get that much. Yes, it does, Scott. It's got some big ones. We don't usually get Mondo ice like that. So 20 inches of ice would be a lot of ice for Ohio. I could be sitting on 20 inches of ice, and it could be negative 10 degrees out, as cold as it can be. So there's no threat of falling through the ice when it's that cold and it's that thick. It's just not going to happen. The laws of physics dictates you're not going to fall through 20 inches of ice when it's negative 10 degrees out. Here's the problem. The water just below the ice will start to, that freezes. So that it's like it's continually making more ice. Do you know what that sounds like? Pop, pop, pop. When the water below the ice is making more ice, it's the exact same sound of ice breaking, which is the most unnerving thing in the world when you're trying to sit there and relax and catch a few fish. There you go, John. That's right. It's unnerving is what it is. And I don't really care for ice fishing. Be honest with you, the majority of the time when I've done ice fishing, it sucked. I didn't really catch anything. The best ice fishing I ever experienced was on a pond for bluegills, and we were catching nice 7-8 inch bluegills on ice gear. That's fun. But I did Lake Erie a couple times, but we didn't have the right gear, i.e. a 4-wheeler or a sled. We were walked out for like a mile and a half. What else? Yeah, I'm not out into ice fishing. Now I know that was a joke. Your wife is far sweeter than that. Yeah, I'm not. Ice fishing isn't for me. I mean, I'll be honest with you, cold doesn't bother me a whole lot. This time of year, I don't mind fishing if I'm bundled up. I was on Alum Creek Monday. I boated in for my deer hunting spot, and the water temps was it was pretty cold in the morning. In fact, I broke through ice when I launched my boat. And I don't know, it was a quarter, half-inch of ice. Hell, I was busting ice 20 yards from the dock. It wasn't very thick, but yeah, it was busting through ice. And I think the surface water temperature, my fish finder showed it was 37. But then it was sunny all day. When I was coming back to the dock in the evening, the water temperature was 41. So it warmed up just a little bit. It's never too cold to duck hunt, though, is it, Matt? It's never too cold to duck hunt, is it? I'm sure you got some warm weather gear for some cold duck hunting. But yeah, I could certainly see your idea of fishing is summertime. Oh man. I know I don't have a ton of people in the chat, but if you don't have them, check out these channels down in the banner down below, scrolling along. Frontier Survival, Tiger Muskie NM, Free to Prowl Outdoors, Kincaid Outdoors, and Geo Outdoors. All of those channels have surpassed the 900 mark, and they're getting close to the 1,000 mark. If you don't have them, be sure and check them out. Hit them up. She just got home, huh? He's in trouble now. Yeah, if you don't have any one of those channels, be sure and check them out. Check them out, show some support, show some love, put a genuine comment, and add in that Dark 30 sent you. Those guys are pushing that envelope, trying to get to 1,000. Yeah, I think your mule deer video got you some love there, Scott. That was worth some fine mule deer bucks out there. We'll get you to 1,000 before the end of the year. We got the Bullock Experiences in the house. Welcome in, welcome in. Off the Hook Outdoors, popping in. Almost missed you. Welcome in, welcome in. You're a trophy husband. Off the Hook Outdoors, I know you got your buck in PA, but have you done any rifle hunting? I know PA's rifle season opened. Was that yesterday? Monday or yesterday? Something like that? Yeah, anti us troublemakers. We find it hard to find a good one. I think John found the last good one for troublemakers. I'm pretty tame on here, but I can be a troublemaker when I want to be. 17 doe on Saturday and no deer Sunday. Okay. It's our gun season, right? It goes through Sunday. Now here you can only use straight wool cartridges. I don't know enough about guns to know what that means, but I know that you got to be real careful about what cartridges you use, and you'd want to refer to the regulation book. You can't use 30-06 and all those high powered stuff. This is not like that. Or you could use a lot of guys use muzzle loaders. That's the only rifle I have, and I've never fired it. I got to figure that out. So, oh yeah, real nerdy. Yeah, sure. Just a dork in glasses and flip flops. Okay. Sounds like a plan. But take a shotgun. Why not? Take something, for crying out loud. Bring an orange vest and a firearm of some sort. Shit. Hey, good luck, Ted. I hope you have some success this weekend. I know you have some good bucks in that area. I don't have nothing in my area. Shit. I kind of lost my whole season up here in my area, and that I assumed my primary spot was going to be good enough. So I didn't really have a plan B or plan C. So my primary area, I don't know why, but every single time I hunted it last year, I saw deer. Deer were bedding in there. They were milling around. I saw does. I saw bucks. I saw young deer, yearlings. This year, I haven't seen a single deer. And I had a trail camera in there from Labor Day to about the middle of November, and there was tons of pictures of deer in there. Most of them were at night, so I don't know what that's about, but something changed in that spot. So I'll get back to my normal ways. Next year, I'll have 4 or 5, maybe 6 spots. I'm not going to just rely on one. Gotcha. Hey man, that's cool. My second biggest buck ever, I shot it with my bow in a state park that was bow only, and it was Saturday of gun season. So outside of the state park boundary, there's wildlife area, which is public hunting. And that was getting pounded with pressure. a bunch of those deer funneled into the state park that was archery only. There wasn't any pressure in there because everybody's out gun hunting. So I slipped in there Saturday morning, pop. Yeah, that's my second biggest buck was Saturday of gun season with a bow. So that can definitely work out for you. Get tired. I'm still recovering from waking up at 4 a.m. on Saturday and 4 a.m. on Monday, and then my body just wanted to keep waking up early. Tuesday, I woke up at 4 a.m., and then this morning I woke up at 5 a.m. Yeah, that was my first. For a guy's first buck, I would have settled for a basket rack. I would have settled for just about anything. And that big old hoping young joker come walking up to 20 yards. So, yeah, that was a heck of a good hunt, man. Heck of a good memory. We did have a pretty good drag out there, didn't we? Shit. Got two good bucks out of there. Yeah, for sure. You weren't cussing me. You were cussing that heavy deer. But I remember you were probably cussing me the one I shot in the butt. You called it the magazine buck. You said if I'd have got that one, they would have put me on the cover of a magazine. I said, good news, bad news. The good news is I shot him. The bad news is I hit him in the ass. Oh boy. Live and learn. I've not taken a shot at a moving deer since, not with archery equipment. Not with archery equipment. And I miss hunting with Chucky. I saw he did get out and hunt a few times when he was staying there with his dad, taking care of his dad. I don't think he got one. That wasn't the biggest I've seen in the wild. It's the biggest. It's the biggest that I believe it's the biggest I've shot at. I saw one bigger at when I was hunting off of 3Bs and K. All right, John. Thanks for stopping in. That's probably the biggest one I took a shot at. The one I saw off of 3Bs and K, that was a bigger deer. That was a bigger deer. That was a popin. That was a booner. That was a no doubt slam dunk booner. Typical. Wider than the magazine buck. Substantially wider and taller. The magazine buck, I want to say he was non-typical. He had a lot of stuff going on, but he wasn't the widest. He wasn't the widest rack. He had good width and good height, and he had a lot of mass and jump. I don't know how many points he was. He could have been a 15-pointer or something. I don't know. The 3Bs and K buck, that was a big buck. Yeah. I mean, he was tall, but yeah, he was tall. It was a good rack on that buck. I haven't hunted that spot for probably 3 years now. I'd say probably 2018 was the last time I hunted it. Was that you and Josh hunted it in 2018? I don't think I've been in there since the three of us hunted it together. Was that 2018 or 2019? The river crossing, the pinch point. I haven't even been in that area at all. I haven't scouted nothing or any of that. No, I'm pretty sure it was you, me, and Josh hunted that either 2018 or 2019. Well, here we are. I got 5 left in chat. I certainly appreciate that. It's I went over tonight. It's just about 9:40 here, so I'm gonna shut her down. Went over an hour. This Friday, be looking for a fishing video from me. It's not gonna be very long, but there'll be a little bit of action in there, fishing action from Lake Erie. And go and support these channels: Geo Outdoors, Frontier Survival, Tiger Muskie NM, Free Prowl Outdoors, and Kincaid Outdoors. They are all knocking on the door of 1,000. So grab a video of theirs and share it out. Let's show support to our brothers. And as always, thanks for watching. Have a good night, y'all.